Winning.
Pick.
Weekly.
Smith for the win.
Raisi K.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to week 11. Oh, man, week 11 of the NFL football slate on Winning Picks Weekly. My name's John Meleka, as always, joined by my buddy, my co-host, my pal, my main man, Greg. We're back on the grind this week. We've been doing okay. I've been on the 500 slate.
I've been flirting with 500, John, and last week was bad for me, so I'm trying to bounce back. Need a big week this week to get back to 500.
I finally had my first 3-0 best bet.
Yeah.
I'm back. And I feel good, baby. I don't care how loud that was in your ear. I feel good. That's how good. I feel really good right now. I feel good about the Jets. Right, we'll get into that. Well, I feel good about the Thursday night pick we're about to do right now because the game's about to start in a half hour. I feel good about the prime. I feel good about it all. But that's what's scary, Greg. I've never been this far along in my Survivor. We'll get into all that. Without further ado, Thursday night, starting off in about 30 minutes here. AFC North. What would have been a scary game, in my opinion. However, lots of injuries from Cincinnati. Wide receiver injuries, offensive line injuries, defensive line injuries. They already suck against the run. Joe Burrow does not throw over 200 yards against the Ravens ever. The Cincinnati Bengals. You think the Jets suck against defending tight ends? Yes, they do. But you know who else does? The Cincinnati Bengals. Mark Andrews owns the Bengals. They're going to run on them. They're going to throw the tight end. And they're going to kill them. I think this is an absolute horrible, horrible spot for the Cincinnati Bengals. Ravens lost last week. They're going to jump back. I absolutely, if this wasn't Thursday, this would be one of my best bets. I love the Ravens in this game. 8-3, they're going to make it their division. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just taking the better team in this matchup. I'm throwing out the record books, throwing out the spreads. I think Baltimore's is better than Cincinnati so far this season, including the injuries. Injuries are something to look at. Cincinnati, they're piling up there. Yeah, I mean, Baltimore, they can kill you in multiple ways. Like they're healthy at wide receiver. Mark Andrews has been having a good season. Keaton Mitchell's come along at the running back position along with the Gus bust there. Hopefully he goes for a couple touchdowns tonight. I like Baltimore a lot here. -3.5, -4, whatever it is. At home, divisional game, short week. Both teams coming off a loss, so both teams need it. Cincinnati, see, it's one of those weird things. Like they're 1 or 2 games apart. Like the whole division is jam-packed in the AFC North. So I just think Baltimore's looked better this season. I think they've matched up better against better teams. I think they've absolutely killed bad teams, and they've killed some good teams. So yeah, give me Baltimore on this one.
All right. 1 o'clock slate. Let's start off with the absolute stinker. Actually, no. Greg, let's start off with the AFC North. Let's finish the AFC North here. Okay. Let's go with Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Cleveland Browns -4.5 with DTR as their quarterback. Did that line move? Okay, it's a pick 'em now, right?
Yeah, it's like 1.5.
Okay, so let's call it -1.5. Let's call it a pick 'em, but we'll do 1.5. I'm gonna tell you what, man. This is my hold your nose pick of the week. I want to make him one of my best bets, but I'll just hold it as your hold nose. I like so many games. I'll just have it as your hold your nose. Oh my God, public all over Pittsburgh. Perfect. Greg, man. I'll come back to you if it's one of my best bets. I love this pick. I can't love a pick more than this, so I don't know what to do. The Cleveland Browns here are the perfect team to absolutely smash the Pittsburgh Steelers. First of all, number one, Greg, you want to talk lines? Does it make any sense to you that DTR is a pick-em versus Pittsburgh Steelers? Pittsburgh Steelers are number one in the division right now. Does that make any sense to you?
Dude, it's so tough because Pittsburgh Steelers have been playing terrible, but they keep winning games. So, like, I don't know.
They keep winning games. One of the last times they won games, who was it on the shoulder of? One of our favorite defensive players in the league,
Who was it?
Mr. Quan Alexander,
Mm,
out for the year.
yeah, it's sad.
They already suck against the run. They depend on their inside linebackers. Lost Quan Alexander, who they signed in free agency, our boy from the Jets, torn Achilles. Won them a game this year. I'm pretty sure it was last game, right?
Yeah.
All Cleveland's going to do is run. They already suck against the run. Dude, I love Cleveland in this game. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's disgusting. You don't want it. DTR, I get it. Rookie, Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin, good defense. Their defense is depleted. Browns are going to run all over them, man. Cleveland at home. I love the Browns here, dude. I love them.
Yeah, dude. It's tough. I liked. Oh, I like both. I like Pittsburgh here. I like Pittsburgh earlier in the week. And the line has moved a little bit, but dude, just Pittsburgh just figures out how to win. It's on the road in Cleveland, but Pittsburgh just has a way, has a knack this season. They're one of those teams. Every year there's a couple of them, and it doesn't happen year over year. Like we saw last year with the Giants and the Vikings winning like a bunch of like one-score games. Like Pittsburgh's been outgained in every single game, but they end up winning. Like
Unbelievable.
it's just one of
It has
those
to stop.
things.
It has to stop.
Yeah, but every year there's one or two teams where it doesn't stop, and then they go on to the playoffs and they get absolutely smoked in the playoffs. But it's not the playoffs; it's week 11. Yeah, give me Pittsburgh in this one. Plus a point, +2 doesn't make any sense. Give me Pittsburgh.
No. Yuck. All right, I'm gonna
Malik
go with
Conley
another
as an
game.
underdog.
He deserves to be. I'm gonna go with another game here that's absolutely disgusting, Greg.
Okay.
I have a feeling you're not going to agree with me here. I don't think anyone's going to agree with me here. And that's why, again, one of my favorite picks. I'm not going to call it a best bet just because it's so gross. But damn, do I love this pick, man. It is the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions catching 7.5 now, the line is.
Yep.
Justin Fields coming back. I absolutely love the Chicago Bears. Oh, it's the perfect pick. The Lions are rolling. Everybody's already looking ahead till the Thanksgiving game versus the Packers. This is the perfect letdown spot for Detroit. They're rolling at home. Chicago Bears are down and out. The Chicago Bears have been close in every single game, no matter who the quarterback was, which is crazy. Like Tyson Badgett has been getting closer games than Zach Wilson. It's nuts, really. They have Justin Fields back. Montez Sweat's getting back in the thick of things. Dude, I really like the Bears, man. 7.5 is the perfect number for me. Give me the Bears.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's one of those things. Detroit at home. I think they just kill bad teams. I think this line opened at 10.5. 80% of the money on Chicago. Big bets coming in on Chicago. Handles dropped to 7.5 points. I like Detroit here. I think Detroit's gonna absolutely kill Chicago. I don't think Badgett to Fields like moves the needle a ton for me.
Stop.
I mean,
that's blasphemy, Greg. Come on.
Fields has been there for 2 years. What has he done?
That's blasphemy, man.
Tyler Badgett's 500.
The team sucks, but don't tell me Badgett to Fields is not a movement. That's tough.
I don't know. It can be movement. It seems like movement sometimes, but there's games where it's just an absolute zero factor. So, and I think this could be one of those games. I think Detroit. The only thing the only thing I love more than Detroit minus 7.5 is the over 47.5. But in purposes of picking here, yeah, give me Detroit here minus 7.5 at home. Goff at home. Detroit at home. I think they're going to score 40 themselves.
All right. I disagree here, which is good. All right, Greg. I need to see what you think here because here's where it starts getting difficult for me, man. It's the big lines.
Yeah.
Carolina at home plus 10.5. Can I guess what you're going to say already?
Sure.
This is the don't think, just take it. Better team, better on the field in all aspects of the game. Just take the Cowboys and don't think about the number.
Yep.
All right. If that's the case, I guess I'll go with Dallas. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dallas has shown a propensity to kill bad teams. They killed the Jets. Was it week 3 when we played them? They've killed the Giants twice. They suck against decent teams, but when Detroit plays a bad team, Detroit loves to put 40 on them. So, yeah, I think the spread is 10.5, 11. Looking for here 10.5 right now. 80% big bet came in on Carolina. I love it even more. Yeah, I just don't. Carolina just hasn't been impressive, and it's not that it's all on Bryce Young this season, but dude, just no running attack, like
I
no
can't
help
believe
from
Sanders got benched for Hubbard. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they've done absolutely nothing. Like Hayden Hurst at the tight end hasn't done anything. It's really been the Adam Thielen show, which is not a thing you want at this point in Adam Thielen's
My
career.
boy.
You would want Thielen to be the second or third option in a good offense, and he is head and shoulders the number one option in Carolina. Yeah, I think Dallas is going to absolutely kill Carolina this weekend and keep it rolling. But to your point, there's a lot of big spreads, and I'm on the favorite side of most of them, so that's making me a little concerned now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with you here just because of how inept the Carolina Panthers offense looked. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: like Burns didn't play last week. I wonder if he's gonna play this week. That's a factor,
True.
right? Another factor is Dallas on the road, not at home.
True.
Right? They looked amazing last week. Another factor is Carolina has. I know they have one win, but they have no incentive to lose because they don't own their pick. So it's a tough spot. You know what I mean? I'll roll with Dallas, but I don't love it. I'll roll with Dallas here. All right. 1 p.m. game that I love the over in. Absolutely love the over. But I'm curious about what you like on the sides here. We got Green Bay at home in Lambeau, +3.5 against the worst defense in the league. You wouldn't know it when they played the Jets, but I guess Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. What do you got?
I'm having a really tough time with the 3-6 Green Bay Packers this season. I'm having such a tough time with what to make of them. I mean, the only win they've had since September is against the Rams with I think when Matt Stafford maybe got injured and Rippon came in to back him up.
That week
no,
1 game seems
No,
like
it was just
that
it
seems
was
like a
just
decade
Rippon.
ago, huh?
Yeah. So, you beat Brett Rippon at home 20-3, and that's their lone win since, the Saints week 3. It has been tough sledding for this team. And some of these games have been close. The Raiders were close, the Broncos were close, the Steelers were close. And I think it's going to be close again. I think the Green Bay Packers right now are getting, let's look at the amount of money here on one team. Yeah, 42% of the money with only 24% of the bets. I think everyone's on LA because LA's been hot. LA's been looking pretty good the last few weeks. I like Green Bay here. I just think at home, it's starting to get a little cold out. To your point, the defense isn't very good for the Chargers, even though they have a defensive coach. This is probably my line in the sand game for Green Bay. Like, if they don't win this game, they don't cover the spread at 3 points, I'm probably just betting against them the rest of the season because I can't make heads or tails of them. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. And I can't make heads or tails of both these teams. That's not, you're talking about one side of things. What the hell do you make of the Chargers?
I think their offense has been pretty good. I think they're going to be able to score, 24 to 30 points this week.
Yeah, I love the over. That's what I started here with. I really love the over. I'm going to take the 3 in the hook. Maybe it's my heart here because I need Green Bay to win. Maybe it's my heart here because Green Bay at home, man. This is it. It's not like Chargers fans travel, right? I don't think any Chargers fans are going to be in Green Bay this weekend.
Yeah.
Back against the wall for Green Bay, man. They got to get a dub. Like +3.5 at home is nuts. Like San Diego is, I don't care. I said San Diego is a touchdown favorite. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
It's It's quickly turning into like maybe the Green Bay Packers are just going to start tanking. I mean, they have 3 wins. They could easily be, a top 3 pick after this week.
No, Greg, give me a Packers win at home. Give me a Lions loss at home. And then everyone's going to be freaking out about that noon Thanksgiving game.
That'd be great.
That's how I see this going.
That would be
All right.
incredible.
All right. Give me 1 o'clock game that you're thinking about, man.
I think it's going to be my first best bet of the day, but John, I'm scared. It's my hold my nose. It's my what am I missing? It's my first best bet. Miami Dolphins still 11.5, 12.5, 13.5. Like this spread keeps moving. And the Raiders have won. The Raiders have won the last 2 weeks. Miami's been on the bye. Did they win or lose the week before they went on a bye?
They're also the Chiefs in Germany.
In Germany, right. So they're coming off a loss. They
can't beat anybody with a winning record. The question is 5-5, 500 count for you as a winning record? Technically, no.
It doesn't. So Miami, like I said, first best bet of the day. I think this is where they start moving towards like, okay, maybe we can't beat a winning team, but we can beat a 500 team, and we can beat them convincingly. I think the shine is maybe, or the luck is out for the Raiders at this point. I could be wrong about that.
I hope you're wrong. I really hope you're wrong.
What scares me is the
whole world's on Miami.
Yeah, flip it. Las Vegas, best bet. Las Vegas Raiders, my first best bet of the day. Hold your nose and take the Raiders. 95% is just too much in the NFL. This isn't college. This is absolutely insane. Give me Las Vegas, my first best bet of the day. Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm speechless. I am without speech.
It's just too much, John.
Listen, man. We're going to talk about it in a little bit on the Jets episode. But you listen here, Greg. I need this game. I am bleeding silver and black. I love Mark. I'll even eat PF Chang's if I have to on Sunday to win this game. Greg, the Raiders beat the Miami Dolphins. They have a nice path to the playoffs for themselves because they only have a chance at the wild card because of Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. But the Las Vegas Raiders beat the Miami Dolphins here. The Jets have a chance at the AFC East in 2 weeks, something I've been screaming my head off about. I need it, Greg. This is a hard pick. I don't give a damn what anything says. Give me the Raiders. It's too many points. It's a first. Look. First, it's the head coach bump.
Yep.
And then it was, okay, it's the Jets. I'm going to go with this is first game on the road for the interim coach. No more cigars in the locker room. Let's smoke cigars in Miami. Give me Las Vegas. 13.5. I'll take it, dude. I need to win, though. I need to win. For my Jets.
I like that.
Next game, huge spread. My Survivor, Greg, I've never been in Survivor this long. I'm in 2 Survivors right now. One of them is double digits, bro. It's insane. I can't believe it. I can't believe I made it this long. Commanders at home versus the Giants. Spread moving the opposite way, down to 8.5. I see for Washington at home versus the Tommy DeVito Giants. Another start for him. Interesting news coming out of Giants camp. One, looks like the head coach might not make it, and the GM might not make it.
Yeah.
If they're first or second pick in the draft, which what anyone with a brain should want, if you're a Giants fan. So very interesting because you also have Daniel Jones on the books. You might still have to franchise tag Barkley and or pay him. Or they're in an interesting spot. So they're motivated to win. Interesting, Thibodeau's out or has a concussion right now. So I'm not sure if he's going to play huge. But that is him and Dexter Lawrence, are the engine. Right?
Yeah,
followed by McFadden.
Yep.
What do you think about this spread?
I think it's a rout. I think Washington absolutely kills the Giants. I just don't see how you're betting your hard-earned money on the Giants until you see something from this team. I mean, the last 2 weeks have been I've seen a lot of bad games. We were in a bad game 3 weeks ago with the Giants, and since then it's
Oh, I
been
saw that bad game.
yeah,
I can't
since then
unsee
it's
it.
been tough. I mean, 49 points is as close as you can get to a 50 burger without hitting it. Last week, giving up to the to the Cowboys. You're on the road 3 weeks in a row. You're on the road against the Raiders. You're on the road against the Cowboys, and you're on the road against the Commanders. Tough stretch, ton of adversity for this team. I just until you see some sort of life from this team, I just don't see how you bet on it. The spreads, I think, only 8.5, 9. I think Washington's pretty good. Sam Howell, I think, is one of the top 5 in terms of passing yards. You know, the passers in the league right now. They're throwing the ball. The offense is pretty good. Give me Washington here, minus 8.5. My second best bet of the day.
I can't believe the public is on the Giants. That blows my mind. I kind of want to join you. However, I'm just going to be satisfied with my survivor to continue. I will not overdo it. I just want them to win the game. The Giants typically own the Washington Commanders. However, Tommy DeVito can't score. That being said, he has scored more points. I know he's basically scored more touchdowns than the Jets have. So I'm with you, right? He's averaging the same amount as the Jets. So can't say much. I'm just going to roll with Washington. 9.5 doesn't 8.5 doesn't seem crazy when the public is on the Giants, if I'm being honest with you.
Ooh,
I don't
passing Sam Howell
care that
passing
they
lead.
beat them before. Like, I don't understand. What does that matter? It's Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of that stuff doesn't make any sense to me. Like they're not the same teams, not the same coaches, not the same circumstances. So, but yeah, Sam Howell, I just looked it up, passing leader in the NFL right now, number 1 in the league.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stat of the day.
Do you know who number 2 is?
If you tell me Geno Smith, I'm gonna close this.
No, it's your boy CJ Stroud.
Yo, let's jump right into it.
Without
further ado,
let's do it.
My freaking boy, CJ Stroud, bro. I mean, Greg, as an amateur evaluator, I mean, I gotta say, I'm a beast, dude. I know what my eyes know what the hell they're looking at. Because I called CJ Stroud from the very beginning in a team, in a franchise, in a program that I am historically biased at that exact position. And I said, no, this guy's going to be different. This guy's different. And it bothers me that he's a second-round pick. It bothers me that it could have been the Jets of the second-round pick just in an alternate universe. But
second
CJ
overall, yeah.
CJ Stroud is so good. D'Amico Ryans is so good. That Texans defense, that line, I can't believe they have Will Anderson. Will Anderson, I mean, leading the league in some underground defensive stats, man.
Yeah.
He is just unbelievable. Stingley playing well. Petrie, okay. I mean, they're a good squad. Don't love that their linebacker is out where they're historically weak. That's their weakest spot. They lost their linebacker for 2 weeks. And Greg, I don't think that the public has caught up to the Arizona Cardinals. However, when I'm looking at the chart, it looks like the public is all over Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm confused. I'm gonna pass this back to you, man. What are you thinking? I mean, I had a narrative. And I was leaning one way, but things have changed. There's a material change.
I think you're overthinking it, dude. It's the Houston Texans, man. They've been beating the best teams in the league who need wins. Cincinnati needed to win bad last week. And Houston said, I don't care. I'm just going to go out here and win this game. CJ Stroud said, I don't care. I'm just going to go out here and just throw the ball. After a 505 touchdown performance, go out there and do it again in crunch time. Miss a throw, miss a receiver, or a drop from a receiver, doesn't care, gets right back on his horse, goes out there, throws the ball again downfield. He's great. He's phenomenal. He's second in the league in passing, we just found out. I think it's a don't think, just throw. Houston Texans. I think my third and final best bet here, 4.5 against Arizona with 75% of the money, 76% of the money on Arizona. Kyler Murray's good. He's not that good. He's not going to make they got a nice win last week against a bad team. Houston's not a bad team.
I'm still struggling, man.
Okay.
Because listen, Arizona has been feisty all year, no matter who the quarterback has been. Yes or no?
No.
You don't agree? You don't agree with that?
No.
Oh man,
No, I think I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people are
5-5 against the
misremembering.
spread. 5-5 against the spread this year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not feeling too good about it. I'm not gonna go too hard one way or the other. I'm just gonna take the 4.5 and just say Houston by field goal. But to be honest, we could use a Houston loss. Or if the guys are going to the division. Man, I want Houston to take the division so bad. I have so many features on them with the division in there, so many
Yeah.
crazy ones from August. Oh, I want them so bad. All right.
Yeah.
Last 1 p.m. game. Huge slate at 1. Stupid AFC South game, man. This is gonna be disgusting, man. Will Levis versus
Will Levis versus who we're talking about? Oh, the Jacksonville
Levis versus Trevor
Jaguars.
Lawrence,
I
bro.
like
Levis
that.
versus Trevor Lawrence. At home for the Jaguars. Catching a touchdown. What do you think?
I like Jacksonville here big time. I think Will Levis was fun and hot in the streets. Week 1 or the first week that he played, and I think since then, the last week or two it's just not been good. Jacksonville, I think, is in a spot here that they need to bounce back in a major way. If I remember correctly, last week they did not look good at all against the 49ers. That's correct, 34-3. They looked terrible. So that's happened a couple times to them this season. They didn't look so good against the Chiefs early in the season, and they bounced back. And I think they're going to do it again here. The Tennessee Titans, like I said last week, I mean, it's an absolutely abysmal performance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Doesn't make any sense to me. Tampa Bay is not very good. I get that it's a divisional game, but you can't lose 20-6 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Jacksonville at home -7. I love it. I love it. I think they're gonna kill this team. We'll see though. Yep. Who do you like in this one though?
I guess it's Derrick Henry's last year.
What do you mean?
I guess it's Derrick Henry's last year on the Titans because every single game he's so on and off with the snaps.
Yeah.
Either is getting incredible amount of touches and running the ball, or Tajay Spears is getting almost every drive. Last week, Henry was a ghost. But when that happens, they flip it back. What doesn't help is Jacksonville's good against the run. Right? I like Tennessee. Division game, points. Jacksonville's just not impressive, man. I think that there's a trend in my life. People trying to crown the LA Clippers. People trying to crown the Buffalo Bills. Like, people trying to crown the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, these teams are just always going to... I mean, I'm going to take my fandom hat off for 1 second. People trying to crown the New York Jets. Like, listen, man, these franchises are just never going to... The Cleveland Browns. It's just never going to happen. I'm just hoping to take the Jets out of that. But these teams, it's just never going to happen. Right now, you can't crown them until they prove it. Until they're the Cleveland Cavaliers and they get LeBron and they win it. Even when they have LeBron, they have to win it first. Like,
Yeah.
the first time, like, they have to get LeBron, they have to, like, it's just you're never gonna get over the hump. Jacksonville just feels like that for me. From week to week, it's just like we trust them, and then they take it right back. I'm going with Tennessee. Run the ball. Will Levis. As soon as they said we're throwing in the towel, they had one bad game ever since trading the safety to the Eagles.
Yeah, and you actually just made me flip my pick. I'm going with Tennessee here, and it has nothing to do with what you said about Jacksonville, but it has everything to do with my dumb gambling brain catching up to reality and remembering that when you expect the Tennessee Titans to lose, they win. When you expect them to win, they lose.
It's the same with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's opposite, opposite side.
Tennessee big here, possibly a money line play.
All right. Sounds good. 4 p.m. games, the standalone 405, Tampa Bay at San Francisco, 11.5. Would be a survivor if I had the San Francisco left.
For sure.
I do, in fact, do not have them. Tampa have been throwing away games in ways I've never seen before. Christian McCaffrey making jokes about how he didn't get a touchdown, even though he won by a zillion. I mean, San Francisco's roll. I've never seen a team absolutely rolling after one win following a 3-game skid and a bye. That's 4 weeks and they didn't win a damn game. They win one game and they're chilling. And I agree with them. They should be chilling, but I just wish I had those types of vibes in my life. Like I just wish I was a San Francisco 49ers, man. 11.5 seems like a lot. What the big spreads this year, man, have been giving me problems. What do you think?
Yeah, this is one where I think I'm overthinking it, so I'm switching back to San Francisco. But this was going to be one of the ones where I pick a big spread just because I feel like I have to pick a big spread. And that ends up killing you. Like, if you feel like you like all the big spreads, take all the big spreads, you're going to end up losing one. But what happens when you start trying to pick, like, these big-time underdogs is you end up losing a different one, and then you end up getting – and then San Francisco wins by 30, and it's just a double loser, and you look like an idiot. So I think San Francisco, there's a big-time bet coming in on Tampa Bay. 63% of the money's on Tampa Bay with only 14% of the spread, or 14% of the public bets at 11.5. I think just Tampa Bay's the only reason why I was thinking San Francisco maybe wasn't going to cover this one is just because I think Tampa Bay's offense can be decent in when they know it's like a big time game. Like when they go up against these better teams, I feel like maybe not now looking at their schedule, they only put up 11 against the Eagles, but just the Texans game 2 weeks ago, like they were in a big time game. So they're coming out scoring. The Bills, they were in a big time game 2 weeks ago. Other thing too is it's in San Francisco, so East Coast going west. I don't know if that makes a difference as much as West Coast going east.
Whoa. What's this bias you got? Any math to that? Or you just feelings?
I feel like West Coast going east, it's like your body clock is earlier in the day.
Why?
What do you mean?
Right. I guess it's just the same. Jet lag is jet lag.
No, but isn't it like it is if you go from San Francisco to Tampa Bay and play at 4:00, your body thinks it's 1:00.
Yeah.
But if you go from Tampa Bay to San Francisco, your body thinks it's 7:00. So I guess it doesn't matter because both those other times
the game's at the same time. Your body still thinks it's 1:00.
Oh yeah, we'll talk offline.
What are you talking about? If the game is at 4:00 in San Francisco and you're on the East Coast, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, your body doesn't think it's 7. Your body thinks it's the East Coast time. Okay, it doesn't matter. Continue.
But is it the game? Is it the
Doesn't
game
matter.
locally
I
at
feel like
1:00?
I feel like we're Barstool Big T talking about the extra second that he caught, the 12.
Is it the game actually being played in San Francisco at 1:00?
Yes. No.
Okay. Yes. See, yes, the game's actually being played in Santa Clara at 1:00.
Yes, at 1:00. Yes, at 1:00. Yeah.
So if you're a San Francisco 49er, you come to the East Coast and play a 1:00 game, your body thinks it's like 9:00. That's the hiccup. It's West Coast going east.
Okay.
That's I'm John. Got a lot of dumb shit in this brain. I know it's different. East Coast, West Coast, West Coast, East Coast. West Coast going east is what you gotta look out for. But yeah, give me San Francisco in this. I just think, like, to your point, they were so back last week. It was crazy to see. I think they keep it rolling here at home, -12. I just think they absolutely demolished Tampa Bay.
All right. That was talking jet lag.
I was talking time zones with a guy who never flies, never goes anywhere.
All right. 425. This is a product of the new NFL. 2 AFC CBS games somehow at 4:00, probably on Fox. The new NFL, not my NFL, hashtag. New York Jets +6.5, Greg? Like
He's 7 in some books.
some spread. I do not get this, dude. I mean, talk about a team in shambles in the Buffalo Bills. I mean, their linebacker is out. Von Miller can't get back to healthy and be his old self. Mika Hyde was out last game. Trey White's always out. 12th man on the field is DeMar Hamlin on a field goal. And then they fire their offensive coordinator. I mean, I just don't know how that's gonna help. I just don't get like I'm an idiot. Like I don't get it. So here we are. I mean, that's a team in shambles. But then from the other perspective, so are the New York Jets, right? New York Jets team in shambles, can't score a touchdown, right? Look awful. However, if the offense is such a problem that you're going to fire your coordinator against a team that historically gives up turnovers to the Jets, Jets beat this team week 1 without Aaron Rodgers, same team, same stupid quarterback, as everyone wants to say. This makes no sense to me. This is the best bet. Money line Jets. Jets are going to win this game, and everyone's going to talk about how Buffalo Bills suck. It's going to have nothing to do with the Jets, as usual. It's just going to be how Buffalo's bad. Buffalo's done. What are we going to do? McDermott's out. First coach fired. That's going to be the conversation. Nobody's going to talk about the New York Jets here, even though it's a 6.5 line. So I'm already mad that the Jets are going to win outright this game, that there's almost a touchdown dog. Let's call it a touchdown. And no one's going to even care that they won this game. It's going to be all about the Bills. That's how I see this game going.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Jets here +7 on the road. Road dogs getting after it here. Trying to bounce back after last week. Hey, Josh Allen's going to turn the ball over, so just let it happen.
Is it the Jordan Whitehead though? I think I might have to go to. So DraftKings has the defensive props that you could throw in the same game parlay. I think I might have to jump over there and take some Jordan Whitehead interception. I have to.
Yeah.
You got it, right? You got 3. He's probably gonna get another one.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly sees something out there. He's got 3 in one game, so yeah, I'm with you. I don't hate it.
All right. Last 4 p.m. game of the day. Seattle at Rams, another division matchup. This one makes sense at 4. This game is meant to be at 425.
Yes.
Stafford back after a bye. Your boy Gino needs this game to stay in line with that division, dude. Everyone loves San Francisco, including myself, but Seattle's right there, dude. I mean, talk about everyone wrote us off and we didn't write back. If Seattle wins this division, I mean, right now they're like +700 and they have the same record, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they play each other next week.
Yep.
It's really wild. I wonder if it's a bit of a look ahead for Seattle, but if it's a bit of a look ahead for Seattle, why isn't it a look ahead for San Francisco? You got to be fair. This is a tough game for me. What do you think, man? It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, I like San Francisco here. I'm sorry, San Francisco, Seattle here. I don't think they're looking ahead to get.
I messed you up there.
Yeah, I said I don't think they're looking ahead to get to San Francisco. I think this is a divisional game. It's a tough game. They are thinking about early in the season. I think maybe it was week 1 where everyone going into the season was like the Rams are going to be a terrible team. The Rams might be first overall pick, and then the Rams come out here and hit Seattle, punch Seattle in the mouth. Like I think Seattle's remembering that. So it's tough that it's on the road. It's tough that it's a pick 'em, but I like Seattle here on the road. I think they get this win, to your point, to maintain, to keep up with San Fran and a matchup next week that's should be prime time if it's not. And yeah, 85% of the money on LA. I don't really get why. 64% of the bets, I guess maybe because Stafford's back. There's a lot of big money coming in on LA. They just haven't been very good with Stafford this season. So they're 3-6 on the year. So and one of those wins was against Seattle. I don't really get why. I think it should be closer to 50-50. So I'm going Seattle here.
All right. And if you're watching on the YouTube, you might see I had some weird reactions right now. Some not so great news in Bengals Ravens. Looks like Mark Andrews had a bad injury.
No.
Kind of some shakes going on after a catch in the middle of the field. Lamar Jackson's so mad watching it through his helmet. Doesn't look good. Cut to commercial real quick.
Oh, no.
Not looking great there. All right. I don't know what the hell to do with this game, man. I'm just going to go Seattle because I want I want next week to be a huge game for Seattle versus San Francisco. However, dude, I just feel like this is such a Stafford game. Thumb hurts, everything hurts, comes back, those 4 touchdowns, 400 yards. That's just so Stafford. But I'm
Yeah.
going to go with Seattle. All right, with Seattle. All right. Did I take a game? Did I take a pick in San Francisco, Tampa? I'll take the points in San Francisco.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Sunday Night Football. Josh Dobbs at Russell Wilson. Just how we all drew it up.
Oh yeah.
-2.5 Denver at home. And Greg, before you say anything, I'm making this my best bet.
Oh.
I love this Denver Broncos team. I don't know what's been happening. They have been on a resurgence. They have figured it out. They run the ball. They play defense. Marvin Mims is the real deal. Javonte Williams. The defense is looking good. They're playing with purpose. They're going to be at home on prime time. And Greg, I got to listen to you. Josh Dobbs doesn't win many games, man. He won a game last week, and that game's going to follow him for a couple weeks. I'm sticking with your philosophy, your analysis. Josh Dobbs wins one game, and then for the next 7 weeks, we just think about how great Josh Dobbs is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to be. He had the game last week, didn't know anyone, came out. He's probably going to put his jersey in the NFL team store, the whole thing. He's going to lose on prime time to the Denver Broncos in a historically hard place to play. As Mark Andrews is limping off the field, at least he's walking. That's good. Looks like a leg injury. So that's good. He's probably shaking from pain. Oh, they're showing the replay. Oh, left knee, not great. All right. Anyway, Greg.
Oh, this is not his head.
Denver.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was his head. Denver. -2.5 at home. Your boy Russell Wilson. Our boy Sean Payton. And everybody's boy, Willie Lutz.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough because I don't know if I hold the line and stick with my under 5.5 wins bet with the Denver Broncos from earlier in the season,
I'd cash out.
because it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Like after, oh my god, after wins back to back, 3 wins in a row. Like I thought I was smooth sailing after the Jets beat Denver. Then the Packers game, like the Packers were up and they ended up blowing that game. And now, like I said, it's been 3 weeks in a row and 2 impressive wins back to back against the Chiefs and the Bills. God, give me Minnesota. This is a heart pick, not a head pick. Give me Minnesota +2.5. I just 80% of the money on this Denver team. I think it's absolutely crazy. I think they've been good. I don't think they are good. I think they're going to come back to reality a little bit. I think Minnesota might have a little Minnesota magic happen on Sunday Night Football.
All right. Well, this is the game, by the way, that everyone starts falling back in love with Denver. Is Denver real? Do we write off Denver too early? Is Russell Wilson back? Do we not give Peyton a fair shake? That's what this is all going to be about. But for the Jets, it's pretty good. At least we have that win versus them, right? Anyway,
True.
Monday Night Football. Super Bowl rematch. The Taylor Swift-Kelsey Bowl. I mean, honestly, how can you, like, no matter what you feel about the story, the fact that their parents are meeting at the Chiefs-Eagles game is insane. Where the brothers are playing, arguably the best 2 players on both sides of the ball in the Super Bowl matchup on Monday Night Football is actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the fact that their parents are meeting the pop stars' parents, like, is actually crazy. Like, that is a weird scenario. We're never supposed to see that. Like, it's just not something we're supposed to see with our eyes. So it is weird. Anyway, back to football. Who even won the Super Bowl, man? Like, what was the spread? Who won? What happened? Like, do you remember a single thing about it? Because, like, when I look about this game, I'm like, I don't even know. I have no idea how it's gonna go. And then I'm like,
I know the field sucked.
It's. I mean, we all know the Chiefs won. It just, I can't remember how the game went at all. I'm gonna ride with the Philadelphia Eagles +2.5. Just because of the rematch, just because I feel like they had different bye weeks. The Chiefs had a bye week after London, after Germany, right?
Yep.
The Eagles had a bye week, but I feel like it was to get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I feel like they're on a different mission. Like when you lose, you're on a different mission during your bye week, especially after the quarterback got hurt, than the Chiefs, who are kind of chilling right now. You know what I mean?
Very much so. No players on the injury report that I see
For the Eagles.
for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
To your
I mean,
point,
they're
they're
in a good
chilling. No,
spot right
the Eagles have injuries.
now.
The
Yeah.
Eagles guys are trying to get, Dallas Goedert doubtful for the game. A couple other people banged up. Like you said, they're trying to get healthy. I don't know what I'm getting from Jalen Hurts. Like that knee scares me if I'm an Eagles fan. If
Not
you
2
know,
weeks
if I have
out,
a future.
Not 2 weeks out. And the last thing here is the Eagles' schedule is really tough.
Yeah,
They need this game.
yeah. I like Kansas City.
I know
here.
it's crazy. How crazy is it that they're 8-1, the only loss to the Jets, and they need this game?
I
It doesn't make
know.
any sense. It
It
doesn't make any sense.
sense. Doesn't make any sense. But I'm KC here. I think Kansas City at home, Taylor Swift effect, Travis Kelce coming back, getting 100 yards and a touchdown like he does when she's in the building. I think it's KC all the way. It's going to be absolutely insane on Monday night. Give me Kansas City at home, less than a field goal, easy.
All right. Give me your teasers.
Teasers this week are going to be. Try to think if I want to throw the over. Yeah, I want to put the over the KC game in there. All right, my teasers are going to be the over in the Chargers Green Bay game, 37.5. The Dallas Cowboys -4.5. The over in the Bears Lions, 41.5. The Jets +13. The Texans +1.5. The over in the Kansas City Chiefs, 39.5. And the Commanders -3.5. That is my teaser. 7-leg teaser +700.
All right. I kind of went in a similar direction for my teaser. There was a lot of games with a lot of points, right? I took 6 games +6, 500.
Yep.
Packers +9, Raiders 18.5, Cardinals 10.5, Bears 13.5, Jets 13, Eagles 8.5, all plus +500.
I like that.
All right, what do you got for your Hail Mary, Greg?
I am doing the Lions, and I'm double betting the Lions. I love this game. The over 47.5 and the Lions -7.5. And then I'm throwing in the Houston Texans -4.5. The Dallas Cowboys -10.5. And there's one other thing. Oh, the over in the Green Bay Chargers, 43.5. 5 legs +2,100. Lock it in. I love it.
All right. I also have the over in Chargers Packers, right? So that was your last thing?
Yep.
So I got the over in the Chargers Packers, but I'm also taking the Packers money line. Yeah, sure, there's some bias here, but this is the Hail Mary.
Yep.
Taking the Raiders money line, taking the Cardinals money line. I'm taking the Jets money line.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm just gonna leave it at that. 5 games. That's plus 31,000. So you put $50 on it, you win 15 grand. That's where I'm at right now. Jets, Cardinals, Raiders, Packers, and the Packers over. Should I throw in the Jets under?
I don't
What
know.
is
The under scares me a little bit, right? It's
What
40
is it?
points.
Oh, 40 is tough. It's going to be 22-18.
Yeah, it's right on the spot
That's
where
tough. That's
it's
40. They know the score. I can't believe they know
Yeah.
the score, Greg. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy that they know the score. All right.
Yeah.
Wait, can I? Is there last thing here, real quick? If you're still listening, shout out to you. Is there an exact score bet for the Jets?
I'm sure. I don't know if it's up yet exactly, but I'm sure that you could get, what would you say, 22-18?
22-18, Greg. That's the score. Yeah, it's here.
I'm sure you can.
Let's get it right now. Just for the listeners, last note right here. Any last note word, Greg, before I find it?
No. Let's go Jets.
We'll do a Jets episode. You can catch it on Knicks, Jets, etc. Period. Greg, there's a conspiracy, Greg. Greg, there's a conspiracy, Greg.
You can't get it.
Greg.
18.
Greg, the Jet scores, you can take anything. 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, and 23.
Yep, 23, 24. Crazy.
There's no Jets 22, Bills 18. That's the score, Greg.
I don't know.
That's the score, man. I'm telling you right, that's the score.
Spooky.
How crazy is that? I can't believe it's not available. All right. That wraps up for this episode. Winning Picks Weekly. See you next week. Bro, I can't believe it.